Hello friends, welcome to the class of fluid mechanics. Now, in today's session we will see about hydrostatic equilibrium. What is this term hydrostatic equilibrium? If you will divide this, it is hydro plus static plus equilibrium. Hydro means something hydraulic related to liquid, water. Okay? Static means state of rest. Something is static. Equilibrium means balance. Means net change is zero. Okay, so we will see about hydrostatic equilibrium. Now see this carefully. What is happening in this picture? What you can observe, there is one pipeline out of which the water is coming outside. You can see here it is coming by so much pressure, very much high velocity, so much high pressure. Correct? What happens initially here at this is the mouth, there will be some stopper, some valve. When will you will open it, so much high amount with so much pressure or velocity, the water is coming outside. Okay, same thing happens when you open the tap in your house. So what is happening, you know, the pressure, or you can say the liquid flow from, what is the nature? In the nature, the liquid flow from high pressure to low pressure. Wherever there is pressure difference, the liquid can flow from high pressure to low pressure by itself. As like you have seen about the heat transfer, when there is temperature difference, the heat can transfer from, yes, high temperature to low temperature. Similarly, the liquid can flow from high pressure to low pressure. So inside the pipe there is water at very much high pressure. It's supposed to come out, but it is not coming because there is some stoppage. When you remove that cover or stopper, the water is coming with very high pressure. Okay, because there is lot of pressure inside it. It wants to come, but it is unable to come due to some interruption or obstruction. As you remove that obstruction or stopper, or you can say barrier, the liquid will come out automatically. Now, based on this thing, what is pressure? First of all, pressure is force by area. Pressure is nothing but, yes, pressure is force by area. Correct, friends. Now, if you will look at here carefully in this figure, what you can observe, a tank of U shape. Left hand side, this diameter is small compared to the right hand side diameter. This diameter is more comparison to this left hand side diameter. Correct? Now, at the left hand side, there is one plunger, a platform, you can say piston. This acts like cylinder and this is piston. Okay? This is also one piston. So both sides two pistons are there. Their dimensions are different based on the diameter of this cylinder. Okay? Now, let this area left hand side. Left hand side, let this area is how much? Let this area is 1 square centimeter. And let here it is 50 square centimeter. Now, suppose, suppose you are keeping here right hand side some object whose weight is 50 Newton. On this right hand side you are keeping an object of 50 Newton. Okay, this area is 50, this force or weight is of the object is 50 Newton. Here the area is 1 centimeter square. Now you want to lift this 50 Newton force weight. You want to lift this 50 Newton weight. So how much force you are supposed to apply on this left hand side? Here how much force you want to apply? How you will calculate? You will equalize the pressure. You will equalize the pressure on the both side. Pressure on the left hand side and pressure on the right hand side. You will equalize both things. Okay. Now pressure is force by area. Okay. Now here on the left hand side, what is the force? 1 Newton. Oh, you don't know. Sorry. By mistake I have written 1 meter. This is you don't know. You don't know this thing. Now this is unknown. Force on the left hand side is unknown. Okay. Now area 1. This will be the pressure on the force by area, pressure on the left hand side. Equate it with the right hand side pressure. How much it will be? What is the force which you want to lift or weight you want to lift? 15 Newton. You want to lift 15 Newton weight. How much area it is given? Area is also 50. Okay. So you solve it, you will get force equals to how much? You will get FL equals to, after solution, FL will equal to 1 Newton. Correct? So what we have observed? For lifting very high force, you are applying very less amount of force. For lifting any heavy object, you require to apply only small force. For example, where you observe this kind of example, for lifting the car, when your car get punctured, you keep Stepney, you replace it by Stepney. How? Yes, you put screw jack. Keep the screw jack below your axle. Then you lift it. Now, weight of car is how much? Very much. But you can lift it easily. Just by the hand, you rotate this lever of the screw jack and that heavy car will lift. Okay? So same thing is here. Same principle is here. By this principle, by hydrostatic equilibrium, by this principle only, you are able to lift a heavy object by applying a small force. So you have to design the device in such a way. Okay. So this is the principle how you can design the things to lift very heavy object by applying very small force. Correct. So area as well as force or weight both are important. Now is it clear? You can make such kind of devices. You can take practical these things as a practical, or you can say project. You can take your final year projects like this or your school science projects based on this. You want to lift some heavy object by applying small force. You can design such kind of things. Now, how the fluid flow due to the pressure difference, as I already told you, from high pressure to low pressure, the liquid will flow from high pressure to low pressure. If a liquid is in equilibrium, what does it mean? Or a fluid is in equilibrium means the pressure forces are balanced. Based on this, there is Pascal's law. Based on this, there is Pascal's law. What is Pascal's law? See here. It states that pressure or the intensity of pressure at a point in a fluid at rest is equal in all direction. What does it mean? You are taking fluid which is at rest, which is not moving. Inside a fluid, you take a point. For example, you put some thermocol bubble. It will go inside the water. It will not come at the bottom. It will not settle at the bottom. It will be somewhere in intermediate position. Okay, it will not be on the surface also. It will not be on the bottom. It will somewhere in the between inside the liquid, and it the static position, and liquid is also at rest. So what is happening at that bubble? That bubble is considered as a point. What is happening in that case? The pressure is acting from all directions are equal amount. Pressure will act from all the directions with the equal amount, which means suppose there are three directions x, y and z. So Px will be equal to Py will be equal to Pz. So pressure will be equal from all the directions. Okay, so this is the Pascal's law. The pressure or the intensity of pressure at a point in a fluid at rest is equal in all directions. This is the statement of Pascal's law. This is very much important law. Now coming to force balance. Hydrostatic equilibrium with gravity. Now here you are taking a fluid element. What are the forces acting here? PA, pressure on upper direction. This height is h. Now inside this fluid we are taking this small element whose height is dh. So pressure at the top surface is Pa, pressure on the bottom surface is P plus dPa. This much amount of pressure is increased. What is pressure? We will see from here. Okay. So Pa is acting at the top surface, P plus dP into A is acting at the from the bottom surface. This total height of liquid is h, and this element is height is small dh. Now we will do the force balance, and there will be some weight of this liquid. There will be some weight of this liquid. So equate the forces. Do the force balance. You will get P plus dPa. P plus dPa means which is acting upward. This will be equal to forces acting downward. What are the forces acting downward? Pa and this weight mg. Pa plus mg. So you can write, take this on the right hand side. Pa plus mg equals to P plus dP into A. Force acting in the upward direction will be equal to forces acting on the downward direction. Now simplify this. This Pa and this Pa, this will cancel out. You will get dPa and this mass. Mass is nothing but density into volume. Mass will be density into volume. Volume will be area into height. Volume will be area into height of this small element of the fluid element. Okay. Now simplify, you will get dP by dx equals to rho g. Now integrate it, you will get P equals to rho gh. P equals to rho gh. But when you are taking limit, it will become P equals to P0 plus rho gh. P0 is nothing but some initial pressure. Some initial pressure, okay? So P is, or you can say this is pressure difference, dP. Pressure difference will be equals to rho gh. Okay? Something is here written. Now, based on this, we will see a problem. This is a submarine which is made to withhold a pressure difference of 70 atmosphere. This submarine is designed in such a way that its maximum limit, maximum pressure it can withstand is 70 atmosphere. If it is beyond 70 atmosphere, it will fail. If the internal pressure, air pressure is maintained at 1 atmosphere, what is the maximum permissible depth? The internal pressure inside the submarine is kept 1 atmosphere. It is designed to withstand 70 atmosphere, but the internal pressure is 1 atmosphere. Okay, so how much depth it will go? Maximum permissible depth. Now, if you will remember, there was a movie in the Bollywood, Ghazi Attack. If you remember, there was fighting between submarine of India and submarine of Pakistan. So what happened? The Indian submarine, in starting, what happened? It gone up to the 300 meter. Then after 300 meter, it fell. The water level was increasing very much, because of which pressure was raised. Okay, because pressure is nothing but rho gh. Pressure is rho gh. So how much the height will increase? The distance from the water level will increase, the pressure will increase. So as you go downward inside the sea, the water pressure will increase, goes on increasing. So what happened? The Indian submarine after 300 meter, it fell 300 or 350 in the movie I am saying. It collapsed, it crashed, if you remember, which means it was designed to withstand 300-meter height of the pressure. Correct? Similarly, here in this case, it is designed to withstand 70 atmosphere. So, how much depth it can go? Whether it can go up to 300 meter only or more. Like this, you can design the submarine for fighting purpose. Correct? Now we will solve. We will find the height, permissible height. So we know the formula: pressure difference equals to rho gh, or P equals to initial pressure plus rho gh. Now this pressure difference is how much? 70 atmosphere given. Correct? 70 atmosphere. In Pascal, when you will convert, it will be 7 into 10 to the power 6 Pascal. 7 into 10 to the power 6 Pascal. Now density of water how much? You know 1000 kg per meter cube. Correct? So you know pressure difference, you know density. What is G? It is universal constant. How much? 9.81. So you know rho, you know G, you know P minus P0. So when you put all the values, you will get the value of H. So it will come around 720 meter. On solving, you will get around 720 meter. So this submarine is designed for the maximum depth of 720 meter. Beyond this, it will fail. Okay. So today you have seen two important principles, and you have seen how to design the different kind of devices. You have gone through the numericals. How to design a submarine for the fighting purpose, and second thing what you have seen, how to design a device to lift very heavy weight by applying only a small amount of force. Example was screw gauge, or how you will lift your car. With the device you can make screw jack. Correct? So today over for today's session. I hope today's session was very fruitful and you came to know how to design the different kind of devices based on the principle of, or you can say hydrostatic equilibrium principle. Correct? So we will meet in our next session. Till then, goodbye and take care.